Welcome back to the Code to a Freer, Fuller Life with transformational life coach Christy Karate. This is week 4.
We are going to talk today about intentional gratitude. So we're going to start ourselves right now by centering ourselves in gratitude and a proud of. And I'm going to explain these two things. So first of all, gratitude is simple, something that you're grateful for. And it can be for today, it can be a general thing. It's basically that we're tuning in to the vibration of gratitude. And the proud of is something that you are proud of, but not about someone else. This is something that you're proud of that you have done, something that you have done. It's a vibrational frequency that really opens us up to the universe and lets the universe know this is who I am and this is the direction that I'm moving in. And so we set the tone for this call right now with gratitude and a proud of. And so if you have a piece of paper in front of you, you might want to just take a note. I'll be silent for a moment or so and let you think of a gratitude and a proud of. Right now we're setting the tone for this call to be an open receptacle for the learning. Something that you're grateful for and something that you're proud of. Think about the others in the class and the distance that we span. We have San Diego, we have Loomis, we have San Francisco, Santa Rosa. Just kind of see a net of gratitude and proud of vibration, just kind of reaching out and covering everyone in between, because we really do make a difference when we vibrate at this level of gratitude and proud of. And then go ahead and see that expand out, even encompass our planet, our world, and know that we're all making a difference just by making the choice to tune in to gratitude and something that we're proud of. Just for a quick little introduction to why I find this work important, I grew up actually with a grandmother that was a forward thinker that taught me so many things as a young girl. And then when I entered into school, especially middle school and high school, I learned that I was different than everybody else. I thought differently, and I actually started to believe them instead of what I had been taught and what I knew had worked in the past. And it wasn't until my young adulthood that I came around and rediscovered that I can create the life that I want to live, the life that I love living. And I've been on my hero's journey with finding my different teachers and mentors. And what I love so much now, I've been in this work with Mary Morrissey now for 6 years, and I just have learned the importance of being in a tried and true program where I'm continually supported to be my greatest becoming of my next phase of my life. Today we're going to study the book called The Science of Getting Rich. And the rich that he's talking about is more than just the rich in money. It's about the quality of life. It's about a quality of life. So what is the quality of your life? So in this book, there's a code that helps lead us into creating a life that we would love, that we'd love living. And one of those steps of the code is gratitude. And he says, let me read this as a quote here, the whole process of mental adjustment can be summed up in one word, gratitude. First, you believe that there is one intelligent substance from which all things proceed, and second, that through that substance, you can get that you desire. And the third, you relate yourself to it by a feeling of deep and profound gratitude. Okay, now this is a simplistic overview, and to unpack those three things is really a deeper dive. And the important thing, though, about this work is that everything is vibration, as I mentioned before. Everything is vibration. And it's just like using a tuning fork. We can readjust our vibration to match the experience that we want to experience in life. Think about it like a tuning fork. You know, when you hit a tuning fork, and the note in the piano vibrates to that note, or on a guitar, and then you can tune the guitar to that note. Well, you can deliberately choose the vibration and match that vibration. And one tool to do that is the tool of gratitude. And here's another thing that Wallace Wattles says, is the nearer we live to the source of wealth, the more wealth we shall receive. And the soul that is always grateful lives closer in touch with God or spirit, quantum field, whatever the word you choose. But think about that. The soul that is always grateful lives in closer touch with the divine. The reason simply is that mental attitude of gratitude draws the mind closer to the source from which the blessings come. So it's really about tuning into the blessings that come to us. So we just started this call with our gratitudes. And right now I want you to think of a gratitude. Just it could be the one that you named or another one. And I want you to feel that gratitude. Feel it. Hold on to it. Think of that gratitude. Now I want to think about maybe a worse situation that you might have recently been in, or something that's not working. And this is the practice. If we can pause and look for something in that moment that we are grateful for, and then move to that vibration of that gratitude, and then overlay it over the situation, we actually raise the vibration, or raise the way we view the situation, and also raise the vibration of the situation. Think about it. So one of the practices is being able to stop in the moment, pause, and raise that vibrational level and put it on any situation that we're in. And then Wallace Wattles again says, and gratitude will lead your mind out along the ways by which things come, and it will keep you in close harmony with creative thought. This is very important. Creative thought versus competitive. So a lot of times we get out there and we think of how we're going to make it. We have to take advantage of someone else, or we need to get that thing first. Or, one of the things I remember when somebody that was trained by Mary Morrissey came and spoke at one of the churches that I was attending, and I remember kind of feeling like, wait, I do this too. Why aren't I the one speaking here? And then I went back to, first of all, gratitude, and she was wonderful. It was wonderful to hear her. And then I went to, there is no competition. There is no competition, and to move into creativity. And now I leave Friday to go do several workshops in Colorado. So competitiveness only lives in our mind. So I just want to talk a little bit about what creative thinking is. Creative thinking is thinking thoughts that we've never thought before. So it's like thinking outside of the box. Letting go of our habitual thoughts that run us, and we often don't even know that they run us, but to let them go, to think new thoughts in place of those habitual thoughts. And we don't even need to know what those habitual thoughts are. We just, when we hit a struggle, we just do what I said before with gratitude. We hit the pause button, and we program in with gratitude and with a higher vibration, a higher frequency. And we move to a new vibrational thought, and we replace our thought with that. And just remember, now I've talked about this before, and those of you who are new on the call or new to my work, this may be a new thought to you or a new understanding, and I say it over and over again in my work. So our thoughts, this is how it works. This is the system. Our thoughts create our feelings, and our feelings create our actions. Right? Our feelings create our actions, and our actions create our result. This is the way it works. Our thoughts create a result. How? Our feelings create our actions create our result. Everything is created twice. The chair that you're sitting in, the phone that you're talking on, the computer that I'm looking at here, everything started first with a thought and an idea, an inspiration, and then there was action. And that action caused it to come into being. It sounds simple, but we have to remember this stuff over and over and over again. But we want to have the beginner's mind as we hear this stuff. We've heard it over and over. Some of you have heard it over and over again. And we want to just be clear with the idea of entering into these things with the beginner's mind and hearing it again in a new way. So it's also created no matter what you do. I mean, creation happens no matter what you do. So it can be created by design, or it can be created by default. By design or by default. So it's very important that we pay attention to our thoughts and that we pay attention to the field of our mind, of our thoughts, of our thinking. Think about it. By design or by default, which do you choose? So that's what we do in this work, is we really work on creating by design. I would rather create by design. There's gratitude. There's the thinking process. Now let's add into this the concept of intention, right? This is intentional gratitude. So we shape our lives by intention. If you look around you, everything that you're experiencing actually is dictated by intention. What you're leaning into, kind of like your attitude, kind of like the attitude of a sailboat. They say the sailboat's attitude, like how it's leaning in the water. Our intention is our leaning, our current thought patterns, what we're allowing to run our lives. And so as we look around us, we can see that everything we're responding to is that leaning, is our intention. So we're at the effects of our thoughts. We're at the effects of our thoughts unless we stop now and start paying attention. Our attention indicates our intention. So I'm going to put the two together now, intention and gratitude. So intentional gratitude is truly, in the moment, being in that place of gratitude in a very intentional way. So as a coach, I help my clients develop a morning practice, just like what we did at the beginning of the call, that we claim our gratitude and are proud of, and we set the vibrational tone. So this is one piece of intentional gratitude. Like we intend every morning to set our gratitudes and are proud of, to set that vibrational tone for the day. Now that's one way and that's one part of it. But to have intentional gratitude needs to carry out throughout the whole day. And it's one of the things I like about not only being a transformational life coach, but being in transformational life coaching myself. When I check in with my coach, it's always like a reset button. And I think that's the same way this call is like, when we come on this call each week, no matter what we did or didn't do last week, we get to hit that reset button and, make that intention to do that daily practice and make that intention to take the steps in the direction, whatever we choose to intend. And so I find that a great value both in these calls and also the calls that I do with my coach. The other thing that I want to say about intentional gratitude is I actually use current media to set up ways to be in intentional gratitude and intentional consciousness. And I do that with my iPhone. I set daily affirmations and I set periods of time throughout the day to remind me to stop. I just think that's amazing. We have this great new technology. In the Hindu religion, there's the 5 calls for the day. And when we were in, I think it was Lombok where we were at, hearing that call 5 times a day, just reminding us. So now we have some tools where we can do that to our iPhone. And then there's also scheduling your Skype calls or your telephone calls with your partners in bleeding. I know some of that's happening out there, so congratulations on that. And just really thinking about setting ways to move into a new vibration, to remember to remember. I mean, one of the core pieces of this work is to notice what you're noticing. And then I just want to take it one step further. So we have intentional gratitude where we intentionally remember to move into gratitude. And then there is the difference of gratitude in or being grateful or grateful for versus grateful in something. Okay, and those of you who've been working with me, we've worked on this concept. So we start first with grateful for, and that's what we did at the beginning of the call. And we think about things that we're grateful for. And we then use those things and that feeling, that vibration, to learn how to move into that place of not needing a thing to help us be grateful, but to just live in that place of gratitude in, rather than gratitude for something. And so I love that it's intentional gratitude. It's like gratitude in. So it's learning to constantly be in gratitude, and it is that vibration. First of all, to be in gratitude. Second of all, to remember to be in gratitude. And third, to live in that vibration, that harmony of being grateful for. To be in gratitude. And you can do it to the degree that you want to. I just want to say when I first came into this work, I didn't do the homework. Then I began moving into where I was doing the work at a deeper level and a deeper level. And so, travel at your own journey and know that what you put into it, what you decide for, is what you'll get out of the program. So I want to thank all of you, and remember this week to stay in intentional gratitude.